Hello, everyone. My name is Monica Suleski. Welcome to the Sexy Betting Podcast, What Turns You On to Life. Today I'm here with HeyJune Jeon, and she's very interesting. Let them know what you do.
I'm an intuitive coach, and my organization is called HeyJune, which I
I
began
like
5 years
that.
ago.
So, what is it that you do for your clients?
So I work with people from all around the world to break life patterns for them, especially those that thought they've done everything right, like went to college, got good grades, had a great job, and seem to can't like break out of a pattern. They usually come find me if like therapy and all those traditional mindset tools stop helping them.
Well, we like that. So, I have some interesting questions for you. Miss HeyJune Jeon, we like
Yes.
that name, HeyJune Jeon. My question for you
Mhm.
is, why do we sometimes feel the strongest attraction to the person who is the worst for us? Is that intuition or unresolved trauma wearing a sexy outfit?
I love that question. It's a combination of both. So partly it is childhood trauma, like the attachment style, that plays a factor. But then the other piece is we see our own potential in the other person sometimes. We see, oh, like if I got with this person, they can become like this and we can become like this. When really it's like that's the strength that you see in yourself projected onto the other person.
So, what about if I meet a guy and he's
hmm
completely opposite of me, but I'm
hmm
so attracted to him? So, that's what it is?
That obviously it varies by situation and the person, but I think a part of it is like, yeah, you sort of pedestalize them because you see how things can be, but really, even if he's very opposite from you, you see something inside of him that you carry with you. I think we're often attracted to people that we want to get like draw that out of, play out that potential. But really, it's a potential that's within you, not the other person.
So why is it that sometimes you can walk in a room, because it's happened to me, and I see a guy and it's like magnetic. He's
hmm
magnetic on me, and it's like I have to meet him. What
hmm
what happens there?
I feel like, I mean,
It's
my
happened to me. It's
my
happened to me.
Yeah, my impression of you is that you're very intuitive. So, and you're more sensitive than the average person. So, you're probably picking up something from that individual where you're like, okay, there's something here that's got to play out, or his energy is very magnetic. Like, you could also just be like filtering out who's special in the room, so to speak. So, it could be that. And of course, there are situations where like there's chemistry, like unseen chemistry. So,
Yeah.
that
So
could, yeah.
sometimes, yeah, I think it's just chemistry. You see them, and it's like
hmm
you got to meet them.
Yeah. hmm
So my next question for you. So you're an intuition coach. Have you ever met someone and instantly felt this person is trouble, but I still want them? And why does this happen?
Yes. This has happened. I definitely think that my own intuition doesn't always protect me from the wrong connection. I wish it played out like that, but it didn't. I feel like it goes back to the childhood trauma stuff too. I often find that where I used to fall is trying to please someone or it's the childhood trauma of like, okay, I didn't please my parents, so let me maybe please this person. And then I'm finally going to get the love and affection and attention that I wish I got from my parents. So for me, that's where I always got in trouble. So your intuition really shines if you do, the more you heal your trauma, the more your intuition can actually protect you and keep you safe.
I like that because that's so true. I also feel as time goes on with more experience, we're more grounded, our intuition goes higher. As I always
Mhm.
believe, I tell people we're all psychic and we all have an amazing intuition, but we have to calm ourselves,
Mhm.
and just, I don't know, when you're at peace with yourself, I feel like you feel
Yeah.
more things,
Yeah.
when you reach that inner peace. Because I always
Yeah.
tell people, what is success? It's inner peace. When you're just like
Yeah,
happy,
totally.
happy with everything.
Absolutely.
Our next question. Do you believe people can sense each other's energy sexually before anything ever happens? Like you walk into a room and you just know it, that you're going to be with them.
Yes, I think so.
I agree with that. It's
Mhm.
happened. It's happened
Mhm.
to me. Or it's just, or they say, I knew I was going to be with you. Why do people stay in relationships where their intuition has been screaming, leave for years? What are they really afraid of?
Wow. I think they're afraid of a couple of things, like sunk cost, maybe. Like, I already put in time, energy, effort. I don't want to lose that. The other thing is there's hope. Maybe this person will change. Maybe this person, yeah, might prove me wrong, prove my friends wrong. There's a lot of that. But then the other piece is fear of like being alone. I think there's couple of different things at
No,
play.
I agree with you 100%. They
Yeah.
spend so much time in a relationship, they don't want to start over again.
Mhm.
But I always say, like, just if it's not the right match, just get out, because
Yeah.
why not find someone that you're more suited with?
Yeah.
Why not? There are
Totally.
soulmates out there for you. It's like jump in the cold water and just let's do it.
Yeah.
That's what I always say.
Sure.
Some people say love should feel calm and safe. Others say love should feel passionate and wild. From an energetic perspective, which one is real love?
As a woman specifically, I would say safety.
As a woman, safety. I'm attracted to calm. I wasn't before, but now I'm attracted to calm.
Mhm.
So, of course, in safety, what woman doesn't want to feel safe with their guy?
Mm.
And also a man that's consistent, that shows up. And I always say, like, the biggest form of love is presence. When you're
Mm.
with them,
Mhm.
give 100% of your
Yeah.
presence.
Mhm.
So that's what I feel, about that. Have you ever told someone this relationship is not aligned for you and they ignored you, and then you came back later saying, they came back later saying, you were right, what happened?
Unfortunately, it did happen a couple of times, but it didn't happen the way I expected. Like, eventually, some people didn't work out, but for like other reasons that I didn't see. But I also believe that you can make any relationship work as long as the two people trying and working at it. Yeah.
I believe that 100%. I believe that if you understand the person, for example,
Mhm.
if you understand the world, and for me, I love human design, I love
Mhm.
animal,
Mm.
primal animal astrology, the gene keys.
Yeah.
I feel that if you understand the person, you're going to be able to dance with them. The biggest
Yes.
problem that I feel in relationships, they don't understand each other. And when
Yes.
you don't understand each other, it's going to be like this. I
Yep.
always say, when you understand each other, you can dance together. You can
Mhm.
dance with everyone and make pretty much every relationship work.
Mhm.
I feel like before anyone gets a relationship or even gets married, they should read the 100 books on relationships.
Yeah.
And because think about it, the relationships determine the quality of your life. A good
Yes.
relationship takes you to the heavens. A bad one takes you
Totally.
the opposite direction. Those relationships carry into business,
Mhm.
as you know. So
Mhm.
tell us about that.
Absolutely. Yes. So, as in, like, how does the relationship skills play into business too,
Yes.
right? Yeah, I feel like it's so funny. Like, the more I meet successful women and successful clients, the more I see behind the scenes, they put just as much effort into their relationship. And it's not always romantic relationships, it's also friendships, it's with their
100%.
children. The level of investment and the level of problem solving goes a very big, because even relationships is like problem solving, right? Like, how do we create better communication?
100%.
So I do see a lot of transferable skills. And I also see that when they finally do part ways with, let's just say, a partner that was like dead weight, yeah, their business takes off. This is very common. So
But I believe when two people meet each other and they're both working and they're both in love, it's just the universal law of energy. Abundance comes.
yeah,
I believe the wrong person, of course, they lower your frequency, so
yeah.
you're not as good in business, in personal, with
Mhm.
friends, with
Mhm.
everything. To me, like the man or woman you choose, or even your friends, have the power to change your
Yeah,
life, make it better, make it worse. So that's super important. Relationships for me are everything.
absolutely.
Why do you think people ignore all the red flags in relationships? And they know it's wrong, but they just go for it.
They want to experience something. They want to feel something, I think, half the time. Like, they want to feel alive. And also, it could also just be self-sabotage. Like, the self-love might not be completely there, or again, it varies by person, but I would say usually some people, like, they just like the thrill of it too. Like,
But some people, to me, like some people like the thrill, like certain men would date a different girl every
mhm.
week, because to me, it's like they want that dopamine rush.
Yeah.
That's not for long term. I,
Yeah,
I
no.
believe like one person, everybody has a different type of relationship and everybody's
Yeah.
rules are different. But I believe
Mhm.
real love, you give your love to one person.
Mhm.
When you're with a bunch
Yeah.
of people, I
Mhm.
feel like their energy is consumed. They're never going to be great in the
Totally.
relationship because they have 5 girlfriends or 5 boyfriends.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Even in the sexual way, like you're consumed. How are you going to be great?
Right.
How are you going to be great with a bunch of people? Just when you're
Right.
with one person, you give your time, your
Yeah.
energy, and it's just your energy mixing.
Mhm.
So I believe that the way it's supposed to be, it's just one girlfriend, you know what I mean? One wife, and that's
Mhm.
it.
Yep.
So for me, again, the relationship has the power to heal you or it has the power to make you sick.
Absolutely.
Do you believe some relationships are meant to teach us lessons and not last forever?
Yeah. Mhm. It doesn't always have to go that way. It comes
Yeah.
back to two people making choices to make it work and to grow, but not everyone can grow.
So I agree. So I feel relationships, we only grow through relationships.
Mhm.
That's the only way we're going to grow.
Mhm.
Whether it's a friendship relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship. But I also feel you're right. Either if you don't grow together, you grow apart.
Yep.
So I just feel like I see a lot of people, they grow apart. They don't spend time together
Yes.
anymore. And
Mhm.
if you don't work at your relationship, the relationship is like a business. You spend time on your
Yeah.
business. You do the marketing, you do the
Mhm.
personal relationship. So a marriage is a beautiful romantic business,
Yeah.
and I feel
Yes.
people need to put the time into it. Like you said, you can make pretty much every relationship work,
Yep.
and I also feel that, like, I know you know a lot about human design. I know my human design, and I like to know the other people's human
Mhm.
design because it really tells you how they are and how to work with them
Yep.
best. Like, if I would have known the human design of the other people from
Mhm.
before, it would have probably worked.
Yeah.
But human design is amazing. You wanna explain a
Yes.
little bit about it?
Yeah, so it is basically like a 5.0 version of a combination of like astrology, astronomy, I Ching, the tree of life. It's basically like a giant calculation of other energy systems that already exist to kind of like better understand how we work, almost like how electricity flows through our bodies. But in a nutshell, there's 5 different types, like generator, manifesting generator, manifestor, projector, and reflector.
You're a reflector.
I am. Yes. What are you?
I'm a manifesting generator.
Oh gosh. So you're like an amazing entrepreneur. Like you can do multiple things and build cool things. Yeah.
I'm a multiple I multitask and I get everything
Mhm.
done. Sometimes I say to myself, "How did I do it?" It just everything works in divine order. Even the way I met you, the way I met
Yeah.
Kathy. I can't explain, like, my brain is programmed that everything works in divine order for me.
Mhm.
It does. It's like time slows down, but I also
Yeah.
believe what you believe is what it's gonna be.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. How has human design specifically changed how you approach things?
Okay, so for me, I know what I am. Let's say I have a son, I know what he is. I know how to work with him
Mhm.
and how to inspire him more. It basically makes me better at what I am because I know this is what I am and this is my purpose. So for
Mhm.
me, life is about having a purpose and running with it. And I love what I do, so it's never work for me. Every day I'm excited to wake up. And as I always tell people, I live for passion, love, and desires. I'm passionate to get up
Mm.
every morning. I desire to do it and I love to do it. And my brain is constantly programmed like that. So there isn't a day that's not exciting. It's like a
Right.
movie set, you know?
Nice.
And
Yeah.
so I believe this, I say it, I think it, and this is what
Mm.
it turns out to be. Do you believe people can feel when someone is thinking about them or desiring them?
Yes. Absolutely.
I
I
agree with you there.
Yep.
100%.
Yep, and the more you fine tune it, the better and better it gets. Like when you think about someone, they text you.
Yes,
That's your evidence.
it happens all the time.
Mhm.
That is one thing that some people don't believe it, but if you keep thinking about someone, it's a frequency. It's like
Yeah. Oh
just
yeah.
like a radio
Mhm.
and they hear it. So I always say, always think beautiful thoughts and send them
Mm.
because life
Mhm.
is a boomerang. Whatever you wish for
Yeah.
others, even if someone's done you wrong, it doesn't matter. Say a prayer, bless and
Yeah.
release them. You wishing them well is wishing yourself well.
Right.
And another thing I always say, every act of love that you do turns time backwards, meaning like when you're good, it rebuilds your DNA and your
Mm.
telomere. So ladies, you want to stay hot and sexy forever. Be good to people. Wish people beautiful thoughts, even if they've done you wrong, because only good things will come to you.
Mhm. I love that.
So, is there really a telepathic connection between people who have chemistry? I believe there
Yes,
is.
absolutely. Yeah.
Explain that.
I don't know the exact science behind it other than, yeah, thought forms are like frequency and
Yes.
like, and it's like it's an electromagnetic field that you send out. But I also think that there's science that shows this, like your heart coherence start to
Yes.
develop together.
Hmm.
Like the more you spend time with someone, like you literally synchronize like heartbeats and brain wavelengths. So yeah, that's going to lead to definitely like telepathy.
They say that even like a mother and a child, let's say the child is in Israel and they're,
Mhm.
I don't know, they're in a war, let's say, the
Yeah.
mother can feel it. And if she prays for him,
Yes.
prayer is scientifically proven to work. Like
Mhm.
we are so connected. So if something's happening to our
Mm.
child, we can feel it. All of a sudden, like
Yeah.
we know.
Yeah.
So there's so
Mm.
many magical, mystical, interesting things about this world. And I feel like if people would meet people like you
Yeah.
and open their eyes so they could learn more and they would be intuitive, psychic. I mean, they would have such a better life.
I completely agree.
Our last question here. Do you think some people enter our lives because of soul contracts, like unfinished emotional business we come here to resolve?
Yes. And you could always decline that lesson, I believe. You can always say, like, you know what? I understand that we're in some kind of dance to resolve this thing, but I don't even want to participate. I believe I'm new to this, but I'm starting to realize, like, yeah, some karmic ties that you run into, you could just reject the whole thing and be like, I'm good. I don't need to go through this again, you know? So even though there's a contract, you don't have to fulfill it.
I agree with you there. I love that because everything you're saying is what I believe in. It's the way I live my life, and I really like that. So, you being an intuitive coach, what advice would you give to people that want to change?
That want to change. This is not something I would normally say, but it came to me. Don't take don't take things so personally. Because I think one of the biggest resistance to change is like they don't want to feel like there's something wrong with them. You know, it's the ego that gets hurt. Like, oh, you're telling me that like my whole world, my worldview is like wrong, and it's like it's not personal. This is ultimately for your happiness. So if you kind of frame it that way, it's like it's not that you're bad or wrong or weak or stupid. It's just more that it will make you a happier person if you change.
I also believe, like, I grew up in a family that was constructive criticism. So,
Mm,
I take advice great. But my attitude is I use it as a fuel. If you tell me, oh, you can't do this, I want to use that as a fuel
yes.
and I'm going to
Yeah.
show you that I can.
Mm-hmm.
So, any criticism, what I would do is I would turn it into a positive. I would
Yeah.
become better.
Motivation. Mm-hmm.
Like, I do say things to people sometimes and they don't like it, but I'm just here to make you better. I just
Mm-hmm.
want to inspire you, make you
Yeah.
better. So, I love constructive criticism.
Mm-hmm.
Also, what she said is so important. Don't take anything personally. I love the
Mm-hmm.
book that I read, The Four Agreements.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't take anything personally. Your word is your word. Do your best. But the most important thing is don't take anything personally because it's not about you.
Right.
I want to ask you a question. What would be your best advice in a love relationship?
To attract one or when you're already in one?
Both.
Both?
Both. We want to attract one and we want to keep one.
So to attract one, I'm just sharing what worked for me personally, is to just really feel into how you want to feel in a relationship. I think oftentimes we focus on like metrics and the resume, like he has to have this or she has to be like this. And it's like, forget all that external stuff for a second. Like, how do you want to feel? And like really cultivate that feeling in your life. So for example, like I wanted a best friend, like I wanted someone that I could like really enjoy life with. And I realized like, oh yeah, am I feeling that already by myself? If not, then that's not going to happen. So that to me is like the biggest magnet, focusing on how you want to feel in the relationship. But then once you're in it, I think you said it best, like really try to understand the other person and also put in the effort to be understood. Like don't expect them to read your mind because they can't, at least not in the beginning, you know?
I have another friend that she's a relationship strategist.
Mhm.
And she's like, if you don't get flowers from a guy, it's your fault. They don't know to give you flowers. You
Right.
have to ask them
Mhm.
for things. They don't know how to treat you.
Right.
If you're visiting them for the first time, you have to say, baby, I love breakfast in bed. I love
Yes.
healthy food and beautiful flowers. She says,
Mhm.
anyone who doesn't get a gift, it's their fault for not asking,
Right.
telling them, communicate
Right.
with your boyfriend or girlfriend what
Mhm.
you like. And she's right. It worked for me.
Mhm.
And then the other thing is, like they always say, become the person that you want to be attracted to you. Or how do I say,
Yes.
let's say for me, it's a guy that's healthy, that
Mhm.
brings me peace, that has character, that has morals, that has values.
Mhm.
So you become that person. If you want a guy that's fit, ladies get fit. You want a guy that has morals and values, make sure you have the morals and values.
Mhm.
They say you attract what you are.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
become what you want in a man. And I would always say, ask yourself, if I was a man, would I want to be with me? I
Mhm.
would say yes.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
would say yes.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's
great
like
advice.
become the person that you want to attract,
Mhm.
So that's the most important for me. So, hey, June John, I'm going to ask you a fun question.
Okay.
You're going to close your eyes,
Mhm.
take a deep breath. When I say sexy bedding, what's the first image that pops in your mind?
I don't know why this popped into my mind, but like ducks. I don't know. Ducks in bed, like tucked in.
Well, I like that. That's
Maybe,
cozy.
maybe swans, because they're like monogamous birds. Yeah, maybe. No, but ducks. No, it's ducks too. Ducks mate for life.
Oh,
So maybe that's
I
why.
like that. So wait, ducks mate for life and
Hmm.
swans?
Swans also mate for life.
I like that. See, sexy bedding attracts a life partner.
Hmm.
I love that.
Yep.
And how important is sleep for you?
Very important. I would say it's like it should be the number one health tip for everyone. Like before any vitamins, like or anything. Yeah. I should get more sleep,
Well,
honestly.
the only thing I could say is that sleep is the best biohack, and that's why I created
Yes.
sexy bedding. It's lingerie for your bedroom. I always say the bedroom should bring you peace, calm your nervous system, and be sexy because life is sexy, creation's sexy. Why not be sexy? I want to say thank you to HeyJune Jeon for coming and giving us new information and just another beautiful night in paradise. And how do they find you, HeyJune Jeon?
They can find me at Phaedrus Official on Instagram. I'm Phaedrus at all platforms. So if you Google me, well, something will come up.
Definitely follow her on Instagram. She has amazing information that is so interesting. You're going to be on Instagram all night long.
Thank you for having me.